What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansweight here, and welcome back to another premiere episode of the Final Fantasy X Masters mod by Karifean. Please remember to hit the like button and show the video some love, and I hope you guys have plenty of fun in the chat. Let's get going with this week's episode. Now also, the question is, we did get some new stuff. What can we customize? Wow. It's finally here. Eesh. And we get the... oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, does it also... yeah, it's only for weapons, that's good. Okay. I kind of always hated the fact that for, like, let's say ribbon versus break damage limit, they use the same resource. That's huge. I mean, at the moment, Lulu's the one that's kind of breaking the damage limit the most. I kind of just feel like slapping it onto this weapon, basically, and you're already halfway there. I don't know if you're going to get 1 MP cost. So, that's where it's a little bit tough to know. Like, the rest of them, I don't think they're really at the level where they're breaking the damage limit very often. But Lulu's the one where I feel like she would literally benefit right now from having this. But the question is, would you put it on there, or would you put it on a magic booster? To obviously get the absolute maximum kind of damage out of it. Tough choice. Not one I'm going to make right now. But what I will do is this. Okay. So at this stage it doesn't matter that we have initiative. We'll just take the half MP cost. I think we'll also stick with this. Everyone get your death proofs on. Okay. So now, I'm going to re-trigger the autosave. And I think for this session I'll make one final attempt to get that chest, and if it doesn't work then I'll have to just call it quits for now. Here we go. Hopefully we get a more favourable encounter than the double wraith. That's just really, really nasty. Okay, the monoliths I think we can handle, even if it's an ambush. So I think we could, for example, try a bad breath here. Okay, from here we speed it up. So it is a little bit of an RNG thing in terms of just getting the best options that you can. I think I'm going to get Waka to Osmos here. I'm going to need his MP the most. And probably worth it for Yuna as well. We can double cast the Pandara to speed things up. Yeah, so that would mean that, like, she'd be doing massive damage if she could break HP limit. Sorry, break damage limit. And so that's looking good for us, I think. Worth it. Yeah, no one else can do any real damage here. Let's wait, see how close we can get. They do have a lot of HP. Okay, nice. Not too bad. Right, just need one more favourable encounter, then we can get ourselves whatever that chest is. I'm hoping it's something nice. We've literally made it to the under part of Omega Ruins. Like, it's already taken a lot to get here. Okay. So everything is like a guaranteed ambush here. How do we handle this? I forgot if you could slow them or not. I think you can. But yeah, now I'm screwed. That was a big mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Just too much shit to remember, man. That's the thing about these mods, like things you remember from other versions, like the vanilla obviously you remember best. They just don't apply anymore. I did say one more attempt, but that felt silly. That's such a shit way to lose it. No. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, we got the Demonoliths again. Wait, didn't I already... I already changed my party. What? The autosave should have triggered after I changed my party, no? God's sake, come on. I just want to get that bloody chest. Just let me through. God's sake. Why the hell was this not set up already? Literally gonna re-trigger it. Let's go. Seriously. These guys, preemptive strike this time. Let's just try and eject one of them if we can. This worked for Oren, so it should work for him. Okay. Beat those guys. Let's move it along. What do we get this time? Okay, fine. Let's set these. Should be generally okay. Okay, managed to get my overdrive, which means I can now summon, which hopefully means I can now win. How is this guy surviving, man? 899. Get out of here. Okay, at least Shiva stays alive, and we finally get to the chest. That's what I was after, and we get ether times 10. Okay, fine. He knows that you're going to be running a little bit low on this stuff during your way here, so fine. But it's going to be, I think, a lot of overdrive farming just to get me over the line at this stage with this stuff. So I think what I would do, I will throw another autosave here. The only thing here is that basically in my notes I have that once you get to the Omega Ruins, it says that it's recommended to do Crazy Ochu next and then Omega Weapon. So... But since we're already on a run towards Omega Weapon, surely I should just continue. But I don't know if this... Like, there's not a natural turning back point. I thought maybe if he kind of modified these teleporters to give you a way to get back to the start, then perhaps, like, he's intending for you to use this as a bit of a halfway house, go off and do some other stuff, and then come back for Omega. But the way it is now, it's like, without any kind of cheating or any bullshit, you have to fight all of the encounters again to get out of here. But then you have to fight all of them again to fight Omega Weapon. So I feel like since I'm halfway here, then surely I should just continue on to Omega? No? But I'll probably discuss that with Karifean after this session. But for now, at least, I think I'm going to take a break, having defeated Ultima and got one step closer to completing the Omega Ruins. But this place is incredibly tough. And it's the most challenging kind of random encounter stuff that I've had for a very long time. Probably like the last time I experienced this was like when I was doing maybe like no sphere grid, no summon, no customize, no overdrive type stuff. Like when you're really like at no sphere grid level stuff and you have to come to the Omega Ruins to capture things, etc. Or even make it through. Like that's where things get really, really tough. And you make like a single mistake or you get a bit unlucky and you can get a game over. And it's definitely had that kind of feeling. So yeah, very challenging so far, but I'll be back and doing my best to probably go towards Omega Weapon next. So I'll see you guys for next session. Thank you for watching and supporting the series. Take care. The last session was truly the most difficult in terms of the random encounters, and well, that's how it should have been, because we are of course in the Omega Ruins, the place where in the vanilla game we also had the most difficult encounters of the game. Now, we had a chat about it with Karifean afterwards. There was a couple of questions I had for him and a few things that I shared. Definitely a bit of frustration in that one, and I think if there was, again, like one sort of random encounter section that's worthy of being very difficult and potentially frustrating and annoying the player, it's going to be the Omega Ruins and the final set that you're doing. So I think overall my only feedback on it, because obviously a lot of the frustration is just kind of your own experience going through it, and it's not necessarily just because you found something frustrating or annoying that it immediately needs to change. But I think the one thing that I kind of still stood behind and we had a chat about was still the Zorus and the Mimic encounter. And he explained his own perspective on it, which is fair, and we always have nice discussions about like certain decisions he's made, and it helps me better understand like what he's going for. And that's why it's really nice to have that type of access to the modder, like being able to have those communications. It's really cool, and it provides a lot more context for certain things. That being said, I still landed on the idea of basically, I think ultimately what I would have liked is to see less Zorus encounters in general, so maybe keep the encounter itself the same once you do encounter them. But in terms of how many of the sort of encounter slots belong to the Zorus, I'd like to have seen less of it, because there's so many other difficult but cool battles to kind of show there, that because the Zorus kind of appears so frequently compared to the others, I think it kind of crosses that line of just high encounter rate plus the Zorus appearing all that often, and the Mimics appearing that often is just too kind of, I think, annoying a combination for the Omega Ruins. And I said to him, like, I'd rather have literally, I don't know, let's say you encounter the Zorus like 7, 8, 9, 10 times on your path to Ultima. Instead of, say, 10 times, I'd rather encounter it 3 or 4 times, or maybe 5 times, and then the other times I'd like to encounter whatever else is there, because there's a lot of cool encounters that sometimes you just never meet. So, like the Landworm, you potentially would never see it. The Dark Element, you might never see it. The Helmer, you might never see it. The Varuna, you might never see it. The Tomberry, you might never see it. And so I'd rather fight those guys, even if it might be more difficult. I think it would still be more fun difficult than fighting that many Zorus encounters. Now, again, your mileage may vary, if depending on sort of the RNG of the encounters, you ended up getting not many Zoruses, you probably don't feel that. But if you got a lot of them, I do think it got a bit kind of less fun and a bit overbearing, I think. So that's what we generally discussed. Obviously, it's up to Karifean if he ever decides to tweak anything or not. It's his mod, he can do as he wishes. But with all of that said, we have completed the random encounters. Now, the thing I also spoke to him about, I was like, based on like your roadmap here, it says from here that it's probably recommended to go to something like Crazy Ochu. And I'm like, yeah, but you've made us run all this way, do all of this stuff. We're really low on resources, and now you want us to try and trek all the way back to the save sphere. And then when we have to come and fight Omega, you want us to trek back through it? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, isn't this a bit, like, pointless? And then he said, did you check what you got from the fight? And I was like, yeah, I did. Like, I had to look at the customization, and, like, we can now customize break damage limit, which is awesome, and triple overdrive, blah, blah. But he's like, did you check the drop? And I was like, no. And so let's check the drop. I forgot exactly who it was for. Was it even a weapon or an armor? I think it's probably an armor. Let's just check it from the item menu, because I literally forgot. It's a new session. I don't remember who got it. That is why. We literally finally have a no encounter. So our reward for completing that is to rid ourselves of encounters for the entire rest of the experience. So from here on, it literally becomes a boss rush, and that's dope. Now, obviously the exception here is heading down towards Omega. We're going to have to take on those random encounters, And, well, I guess they're not random encounters because they're kind of scripted to appear there, but basically those kind of encounters. And we literally saw the encounter with the 2 wraiths and the chest, and I was like, come on, man, what the hell? Like, this encounter is ridiculous. And even Karifean himself said that's probably the hardest encounter of the entire game, of like the entire mod, outside of obviously boss fights. And so I was like, crap, okay. So we're going to come back to that. We're going to keep following the roadmap for now. What I also want to do, while I have my no encounters here, is to try and get the extra stuff here. I forgot exactly how to do it. We're just going to fill out the rest of the Omega Ruins now. I didn't ask him about the chests actually, but once I saw the potions come up for those, I was like, yeah, like, it's probably nothing good there. Okay, we activated that. Let's now head over. I just like having it all filled out. Just kind of looks neater. It's nice. We are going to be coming back here after all. Yeah, turn back. This. Okay. Curious to see what we're going to get as a result of this. I also asked about 1 MP cost, and he said originally it wasn't there, but like in more recent versions of the mod, he has added 1 MP cost. But he said like there's a bit of a trade-off, like it also shares its customization with something else, and you'll have to just find out what that is and decide how you want to work with it. So we'll see. 10 elixirs, that's interesting. Do they offer... I forgot if I already had some, I probably do. I just want to see customization-wise, so they give me anything. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it looks like they're purely for use in battle. Just so many customization options now, like I'm struggling to keep track. Alright, so with that done, what we're going to do, we are actually going to head to Crazy Ochu next. Let's try and get these anyway. I guess these become like a forced encounter. They only give potions, man. I ain't wasting my time with that. I am probably going to try Crazy Ochu next. And also what I will do is I will make some break damage limit for the first time. I think that's also part of my plan. So, okay. Let's get out of here. Alright. So I decided this one here, I think I'm going to add my first break damage limit. So we're going to go for it, we're going to commit here. And one nice thing that Karifean has done is that he's definitely given us plenty of options for break damage limit. And when we were chatting, he said he didn't kind of want to force people to only make one weapon to just kind of try and fit every situation. And I think that's really nice, like when you're not giving us the Celestials, not kind of forcing us to make one ultimate weapon, I think is definitely nice. Because I'm kind of in that mentality, I'm just like, oh crap, like we don't have the Celestial, so I have to make one ultimate weapon to replace the Celestial instead. But, here we basically have enough to make 2 weapons for each person, so you can have 2 break damage limits if you want. For now, I'm going to stick to what I said. I'm just going to do it for Lulu, because I feel like the others just aren't breaking the damage limit like enough to really make it worthwhile for now. That's how I feel, but maybe that'll change. Let's get that on. So we finally have our first break damage limit weapon in the mod. Now Auron does have his armor, and maybe I have to remember to sometimes switch to that as he continues to hopefully get stronger. But for now, Lulu is ready to go. Okay. So I think I want to head back to Kilika and have another look at this Ochu. You can definitely see it's going to be a jump up. I think it was like 400 and something thousand HP. And ultimate was 222. I think we've been facing stuff in like the 200 range Geoscano was 200. Yeah, Ultim was 220, so this is going to be a jump up. Thankfully, it's a very quick run back. I think once again, let's just get into this fight and we'll kind of figure it out from there. I'm going to keep no encounters on like this at this stage. We have the weapon, which means we can just use the booster. It's no different. So now we need to properly feel things out. Since I know that this is generally the next boss that's recommended to fight, I know that I kind of need to stick around. Even if I'm getting my ass kicked, I probably need to just kind of get used to it and hang in there and try to win. Okay, so at least we're looking pretty quick here. That's a good sign. Now, did I take a photograph of the scan that I did? Because I remember scanning this when we first started these sessions up again, but I don't think I took a photo of it. Yeah. Okay. Let's just try a full break first. It's not immune to it. Yeah, so even with the break it's doing that much damage, that's not a good sign. But of course at this stage we're going to have to increasingly protect ourselves. I don't know if it immediately starts with the water. I'd rather it didn't. I think I'm still just going to get that scan on. It will help me for the rest of the fight. One silly thing I didn't realize was I was looking for sensor when I was in the Omega Ruins, and I haven't had the item to customize it for so long. I thought I already used them up and I wasn't going to get any more. Because I'm really used to the whole, like, in this mod you have a finite number of items. But of course I kind of forget that certain things you can buy from shops. And all I needed to do was to buy some maps, and I could have done it. So yeah, silly me. Okay, Hepta Waterger, a strong claw attack and stays attacked in a predictable cycle. It's not fast, but counters against non-zombies or use panic jump when it feels overwhelmed. Okay, so this time I will take a photo of this. It's not immune to silence, which is good. Yeah, it likes to counter, that's for sure. Now, what if I silence Buster here? Can I save myself from the water? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we survived this time. Yep. So I was going to say the Mega Phoenix has been set up in a way that kills us off here. I think Tidus is the one worth bringing back in. Once we can start tanking the claw attacks, I think then we're going to be in a much better position. And I don't know if it has a way to cleanse those breaks, but if it doesn't, then we'll have a chance. Beast up again. Like, it being slow obviously is nice because it gives us time to get our buffs together. Okay, Auron can now come in. Definitely going to start to do a bit of sentinel work with him. Aha. Yeah, okay. What statuses are we dealing with? Honestly, not terrible. Not terrible. I think we can live with that, honestly. there. I was expecting worse. So, echo screen. Because we can definitely keep it in silence. We've got enough time for that. And we have plenty of MP as well. So once we get set up, we can really start to make a move here. I'll see if I've got anything for Tidus that can help him defensively. What's his armor right now? He'll get poisoned, I think, with this one. Yeah, I've been debating whether to add a poison proof or not to it, but maybe this one's still better. Auron looking strong. His weapon is doing him a good service here with that auto regen. Right. Protect. Right, Waka comes back in again for... Let's just do it. Basically, he's going to get killed from the counter-attack, but Auron is there to cover, so that's nice. He's been slowed, but it's okay. Can launch a nice beefy counter-attack there. Okay. But we're still looking good here. I want to really lean into the defenses here, though. I feel like it's still going to get off some kind of water go or something at some point. I'm still a bit afraid of that, so I'm going to prep for it. You can see the regen for Auron makes his healing burden pretty low. And we're building up overdrive too. Okay, another shell. Here. So far, so good. Okay. Now. We need to start getting Lulu prepped here. I'm going to start using some focus with her. Like, get her ready to really do a lot of damage, since she can break the damage limit now. Protect on. Shell on. And then I might actually put her in zombie, depending. So really getting some strong buffs together here. Auron still staying in Sentinel. Okay. Auron took 4,000 damage there, holy crap. Whoa, no one has Berserk protection? I did not notice that. That sucks. We were doing really well, but that's the one move that we didn't consider. Well, I did not consider, I didn't know it existed. But fine. But you can see, like, already a path is starting to show itself in terms of how to deal with this guy. That's a good sign. But Slime caught me off guard. That's the one thing that Auron is a bit weak on. He does not have Berserk protection. But we have party members who do. So, still think Sanity Preserve is the right one for him. We can go through a lot of the fight without having to deal with Berserk, but I can switch to that afterwards. Alright, should be good to go now. Alright, let's kick it off. I think still getting the full break on there is the move. But we got to remember to always put that sinus back on, otherwise we'll be in big trouble. Let's just sacrifice Waka for now. I mean, does triple foul even work? It's worth a little try, no? But against a boss like this, it probably doesn't. I might restart this fight if it doesn't work. Yeah, none of it worked. Fine, okay. It's worth a look, especially like in these, but I think for boss battle level, like this stuff, you really need... You need the busters, but it's worth a quick test. Alright, let's go. It was so early in the fight, I was just willing to sacrifice it just to find out. It would be a way to just keep Waka alive at the start as well. So I think I'm just going to leave Auron's turn until later. We'll do full break nearer the end. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. I'm hoping that with a cheer, he might be able to survive. Okay. Kick it off. Okay. We kind of always have to start a little bit on the back foot and then get it going after that. So we'll do that, then haste these guys back up. And then we should basically be able to get rolling soon. Let's move to Zombie Strike. Okay. Sentinel. I don't think I need to buff the others that much, honestly. Auron's going to be doing the heavy lifting here anyway. Okay. So... should be Ochu dance coming soon. I think I want to zombify Waka as well, so he doesn't get counterattacked. I can, like, my damage output will go up significantly if I can do that. He doesn't have evade and counter. Yeah. Alright, looking much better. Let's get involved. Yeah, looking good. And well, it'd be nice if Lulu had a say as well. She's not zombified, so I should probably wait for her too. I don't know if it's Ochu dance next, honestly. It might be. Yeah, the only thing about this whole thing is if you keep Auron out of the front line too much, you can't get like auto regen healing, which is not ideal. Let's just wait for it here. See what it's going to do. It is Ochu dance. Okay. Let's wait, tie this up. Oh, he's got the Sentinel. Shit. Yeah, okay. Not a good strat. Not a good strat. Wow, that's such a silly little thing. That almost never happens. That's so funny. Holy crap. That's such a funny mistake. Oh my god. Holy shit. And this is where you kind of pay the price a little bit of the accuracy and stuff being fairly high, given where you are. Oh shit, man. That's a funny mistake. It really is. Sheesh. My gut reaction was like, wait a minute, didn't I target Tidus? What's happening here? Holy crap. That's my bad. Wow. Yeah, definitely need to be careful. I think for that I have to sacrifice a remedy, because obviously Auron's just going to batter anyone that comes in otherwise. Let's get that protect on. Buster. Doesn't matter. I think at this like starting phase, someone always basically gets killed. It's not a huge deal. Alright. Let's haste it back up. Right. Now is the time to probably put some shell on. I'm not going to do anything fancy at the moment, like swapping in anyone to put zombie strike and all of that business. Let's just get the situation fully under control here, so we don't have any unexpected deaths. Everybody has shell. Ochu dance first. Yeah, so this is that dangerous situation where ordinarily I just go and give Tidus a little tap, but we can't do that because of the Sentinel. So let's just use... Either we use a remedy or we bring Kimari. At least Kimari would have taken an action in the fight. Let's do... Suna. Okay. Get that Science Buster back on. Nice. Yeah, taking way less damage now. Sentinel up. Boom. Auron's a beast. Yeah, haste for Auron's not even useful here, basically, almost. So the next thing we have is going to be Berserk inducing, so let's just get ready for that. Get rid of this. Pretty sure we have 5 already, but just making sure. Yeah, Auron handling that nicely. Now, we have a whole bunch of turns, but can we really do much with it? I think we can, because we can still double cast here. What I didn't show, because I edited out the previous attempt, was this is how much damage Lulu is doing right now. 15,000 a pop with the level 3 elementals. And well, we could 5 times focus for even more. But it might take more time than it's worth, honestly. But I think I'll do it. It might reduce the damage from slime, potentially. I'm not sure. Let's get some more damage in. Okay. See, is it slime now? It is. Alright, let's see the damage. Yeah, it's shell. That's more like it. Okay. Slime has been successfully navigated. But this is where we have to be really careful, because it doesn't have Dispel. So Auron could get destroyed here. What we're going to do... We're going to heal him up. Also, we have Hector. Shit, it's a bit of a bad combination here. I think Hector Waterga is just too dangerous here. I think we have to potentially sacrifice Auron here. Let me just think. I need to successfully navigate this phase. What's the best way? Auron's got those brakes on him. At least we could just revive him immediately. I think we have to do Silence Buster here. Like, this is kind of non-negotiable. Ah, when he's berserked, he doesn't Sentinel properly. Ouch. Fine. Now, does Tidus have Protect or not? He has Shell. So I think what we do is this. Still only that little damage? I'm impressed. That's the power of Sentinel for you. Yeah, I'm impressed that he took that little damage still, honestly. That's really good. Yeah, I guess like Protect, Cheer, Sentinel, all of that stuff is still adding together really well. And Yuna does have a full overdrive, which is nice. Okay, it's kind of worked out a little bit better than I expected. Wow, yeah, the magic break is really not working well there. I think it's probably best not to attack right now. Okay. Yeah, even when power broken, he's still doing decent damage. So I'm just thinking, as long as he's in that state, does he, like, even slime, he'll just survive the damage? That's kind of nuts. Yeah, only problem with this whole thing is that, yeah, I'm going to get Auron out the front line for a second, just so I can try and get some zombie on someone else. So I can actually use them in attack. Double check here. No. I keep forgetting to reset that save. Okay. Right. Need to be careful here. Get him pasted. Can that get his turn in? If it can. But not by enough. I think it's Ochu Dance coming next, if I'm not mistaken. It's either one more claw attack or it's Ochu Dance. And if it is Ochu Dance, I think we'll be okay. Just gonna wait here. Wow. So I was right, it was Ochu Dance, but... We need to start making some progress again. Okay, this time, hopefully I can get this to hit. Ah, she has darkness, sorry. Let's say, there's always something. Like, every time the conditions are slightly different. God's sake. Probably going to be Hector, so I have to do this. Every time something goes wrong. Yep. Every time. God's sake. I'm just going to Mega Phoenix here. I'm not bothered. Just so annoying. Every time it has to be something. Again, it's just such small details. It's like, oh, you forget that Riku's got darkness, and you don't put zombie. It's like, it just ruins everything. It's just a small thing, but messes with everything. That's why these fights are so good and they're so high level. Like, on the one hand, they seem easy. Like, once you get momentum, you really start to steamroll enemies, but so you slip up for a second, you're going to be in big trouble. But I need to just keep doing damage here. This is like, there's too much kind of faffing around trying to zombify people and try and do this and try and do that. And it's inducing mistakes. So I think I just need to power through, just not mess around as much here. I'm really curious about how much slime is going to do to Auron once he's... Is it slime next? No one's got shell. Yeah, it was slime. But why does he get the turn after that though? So slime must have a delaying effect. I think that's what I'm not noticing. That's really annoying. Ugh. Yeah, it's a tough fight. It's another one of those where I think it's very fair, but it also just demands that you really do focus and pay attention. If you slip up once, you can really just lose all of your progress. For the love of God, why do I not have... How many times do I have to change this? I swear I did this and then I re-triggered the save. I've done this like 6 times now. I'm gonna get Lulu out of there as well. Basically, I think I'm gonna let Yuna get hit with it. I'm gonna let Auron get hit with it. And then the third one, I'm gonna try to make it a character that is a bit more dispensable for me. Which, unfortunately, once again, is kind of Kimari in this one. But let's just see. I think I'm gonna put a shell on him anyway, just in case. Let's have this going. Yeah, Auron will survive, that's not a problem. I think I'm going to keep him in Sentinel. Alright. Ah, I forgot to change to the Berserk proof. No, this is the example of that one mistake I was talking about. They've all been Berserk, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the difference. I keep making, like, one mistake. God damn it. There's always just one thing to remember. It's like you do that one, you remember all of that shit, and then you forget that Riku has Darkness and then you try to attack. Or you do all of that shit and you forget that Auron's in Sentinel. Or you do everything and you forget to change to the Berserk-proof weapons. Like, yeah. Because you don't have nice treats like Ribbon in this one, obviously you have to think of these things way more. It's like I'm doing everything right until I don't, and I just make that one mistake that gets me killed. It's really stupid. So at this stage, I'm going to start to really go quick here. This is just... This fight should have been won. At this stage, it's my fault for not paying enough attention. And this is where it gets dangerous, because now you try to speed up, and speeding up can be detrimental too. But whatever. I need to finish up this session anyway, so I need to just get going. I need to get this win here. Swear to God, it's not this one. Alright. Break it. Times Buster. Of course it was Waka still. I don't know if it's like programmed to do that almost. I feel like it could have hit anyone there, but it always chooses to hit Waka. In any case, let's speed up here. Unit in. Okay. Not him. Another chance to do this. Okay, very nice. Build some of this. I actually have a chance to zombify her as well, but her evasion is too good usually. Oh, it's not this time. That's good. Ochu dance, but she's sleep proof, right? Okay. Yes. The remedy. Some more cheers. Okay, some good buffs there. Waka. Does its thing. Let's just double cast anyway while we're here. Make use of it. Okay. Now I'm going to swap unit in, and I'm going to get ready. Just going to put everything on at this stage, whatever. It's all going to be useful. Okay. And now we don't forget this time, and we do this. Yeah, you see what happens when you don't forget stuff like that? Okay. Much better. So now, I think we're better off using Waka when we can, so that we avoid the counter. And we also need to Isuna him. So it's another thing that's very easy to forget there. If I forgot to Isuna, again the whole thing would have failed. But Waka's doing pretty nice damage here. I'm quite happy with that. What I can do is some of this. I think now we're in a better place in this fight. Let's just slow it back down here. Nice. 40,000 damage. That's what I'm talking about. Just going to prep a Sentinel. I have no other zombies. He can just regain a little bit more HP while he's at it. I don't want to overwhelm the enemy with too many negative statuses in case that's what kind of pushes it to use that ability. Now, Yuna is the sleep-proof one, right? Yeah. Yeah, just in case I got it wrong and it was Ochu dance, I just wanted to make absolutely sure there. Right, now we can get back in on the attack. But first, I think... Did I use scan? Not in this attempt. Let's scan. This in as well. Okay. Definitely much better than we've done until this point. Get Lulu back in. I think she's all good when it comes to Ochu dance because she's sleep-proof. I still feel like that's probably the most problematic one, honestly. But now she's really crunching through that HP. And she has a full overdrive. Honestly, she'll probably do more damage. There's the panic jump. Oh god. Okay. And then Ochu dance afterwards. Fine. Could have been way, way, way worse. I'll take that. Now. So now... I don't know if it's just going to start spamming panic jump. But what I want to do is use something like this. Yeah. Can anyone get their turn in first? So I think here I'm going to have to sacrifice something just to make sure I've Sinus Buster going. Okay. At least those are pumping up overdrives as well. Alright, get back in there. Keep pounding this damage. Why not? I think it does panic jumped anyway. The whole like feeling overwhelmed thing is just, I think it just does it anyway. But what this means is from here on we kind of need a perma sentinel. But we are getting close, so I think we'll be okay. But it seems to do it like once every like X number of turns at this stage. But also the zombies are running out of HP, so just in general we need to be very careful with this whole situation. We should be able to bring it home, but just need to be careful. Okay, so let's... Yeah, I'm just slightly worried about the damage here from the panic jump, so I'm just trying to make sure I've got some characters that can withstand the pressure here. Let's do another one. And then I'm going to see if I can finish it off with a Fire Arga Fury or something. Okay. 58,000. Zombie, hey, zombie. Alright, here goes. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Actually, maybe I'm not. Because I just feel like if it is slime next, it could be really horrendous timing. And I would rather not deal with that. Just think, hold on. Does Tidus have shell? It does. Honestly, I might toss a Mega Potion here. Nah, not a Mega Potion, but a High Potion. I just want to see if I can survive this next turn. If I do, then I win the fight. I just want to make sure everyone's intact. Yeah, of course it was slime. But we're equal to it, I think. Okay, good. It was good to bring him in as well, because he's protected. Whew. Alright. Here we go. No panic jump. We have won. Whew. Let's finish off with a Fury. Nice big Fire Arga Fury. We'll probably only do like 5, but... 4? That's lame. I don't know if if it's my controller or what, but... It's just harsh, man. I can do like 6 deaths, or I can do more demis. That's why that demi tends to be better. But once again, we're only getting a few sphere levels at a time here. Like 2 or 3. I think it's 3 again. Honestly, it's more for the items. Dragon Scale, Water Gem, interesting. Oh no, it's another Dragon Lord. Nah, that's bad, he's already got one. He's already got one. I think for this one, honestly, I might redo this fight. Like, there's not even a lot of bosses left to fight, so giving away like one of these is a bit of a, yeah, it sucks a bit. Yeah. They have plentiful water stuff at this stage, which is nice. But I'm gonna have a look at this situation. Honestly, I might change this. There's just no point having two with the same thing. It's a really nice armor to have, but obviously, yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save here, and then I'll be back in the next session with probably a different armor there, and then we'll have a look at the sphere grid and that kind of stuff, and make some more moves. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have some more stuff from the sphere grid. I thought maybe we'd start getting some more return spheres at this stage and that kind of thing, but it's still relatively limited. But we'll take a look at all of this stuff in the next session. So at least Crazy Ochu has been defeated.